My name is John Wade, and I'm a University Archivist at St. Louis University, and I've held that position since 1989. The original campus of the university was downtown at 9th and Washington Street, more or less down where the Jones Dome and the Convention Center is. 9th and Washington was getting to be pretty busy and pretty congested. They moved to Grand and Lindell area in 1888. Grand and Lindell at that time was out in the country. It was out on the edge of the city. I remember when I was growing up, and I grew up across the river in Illinois, and my parents, my father in particular, said, you know, if you told somebody back before World War II that you were coming to Grand and Olive, they thought you were really, you know, you were really living high. I mean, you were coming to the cultural and the entertainment area of St. Louis. I was an undergraduate student here in 1969 and graduated in 1973. If you'd have told somebody, you know, when I was in school here, you know, at St. Louis U, and you know, you're in the Grand and Olive area, they say, well, aren't you kind of afraid to be down there? That's kind of a slum down there, isn't it? And at that time, there really wasn't a whole lot north of Olive Street for anyone to see. The Fox Theater was still there, and now certainly there's still buildings being renovated, and there's still issues in Grand Center. But I think anybody who would walk through here would say that it's 200% better than it had been. You know, even 10 or 15 years ago, let alone, you know, 30, 40 years ago, the time period I'm talking about. I think the university has made significant contributions. Even now, the university spent a considerable amount of money over the last few years to redevelop the campus, the archways, the boundary markers, if you will. We just built I guess they spent $70 million on the arena. So I don't think we're going anywhere. But I think if you said now again to people, you know, 40 years after the fact that you're at Clyde C. Miller, you know, Academy, or you're at St. Louis U, you're in the Grand Center area, you're in Grand and Olive, you know, they think, oh, okay, you know, that's where the Fox is, that's where the you know, the Powell Hall is. It's recapturing some of that lost glory from 50, 60, maybe even longer ago than that. I'm fascinated by the curiosity is the story of The Exorcist here in St. Louis in 1949. Linda Blair played Reagan, I guess Reagan McNeil, I think was her name. Well, that was all based upon a true story of a young boy who lived in the Washington, D.C. area, but who came to St. Louis for the final events of the exorcism. And the exorcism took place here in St. Louis. Some of the events were here on campus at the College Church Rectory, which is over here at the corner of Grand and Lindell. In the movie, you know, Reagan, Linda Blair's head spins around, and she projects vomit and what have you at the priest, and other bodily functions, shall we say, she uses. And although they may not have happened necessarily exactly like that, you know, according to Father Bob's diary, he did spit at the priest. He did hurl, you know, vomit at the priest. He did pass gas. He did speak in languages, Latin and other languages that he would not have known anything about, you know, in front of the priest. That objects did move in the room. So a lot of the things that you see in the movie and that you read about in the book, evidently things similar to that, if not those exact same events, happened, you know, in real life. I think St. Louis U is here in the Midtown area to stay for good. I don't think they're going to be moving anywhere anytime soon.